I nailed it.
Perfect.
I don't even know what to say to you anymore.
Podcast 178.
He's trying, guys. He's trying.
But it's getting worse. It's
Well,
getting worse.
It didn't show up on my side. Did it show up on your guys' side?
Maybe it's just his shtick now. Maybe he's just doing it on purpose.
It's probably my internet. Let's just go with that. We already know I've had problems already, so.
Jesus.
See you later. Our special guest is gonna wait in the back while we do some opening banter here.
Yeah.
So what's going on, guys? What happened? What did you do on the weekend?
Did you hear the big news? Joey Votto might be by the Blue Jays.
We made it 3 minutes. Not even.
No. We don't need some toxic guy who doesn't give a shit about Canadian baseball. Keep him out of Canadian baseball.
It's really xenophobic of you.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
What the hell does that even mean?
Maybe he's had a big change of heart, Dexter. How long ago was that comment?
The
Probably
only way that guy
ago.
is going to have a change of heart about Canadian baseball is if Canadian baseball pays him. That's the only way.
Well, the Toronto Blue Jays will, so...
Yeah, and then suddenly he'll love Canadian baseball. But he had an opportunity to inspire an entire country of kids, and he gave them the middle finger and said, I don't give a shit about Canadian baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People change that.
Would you rather have a villain on your team and win, or would you rather
villain.
have all good guys and never win the World Series?
No, I would rather wait and win with good people over get a bunch of garbage human beings.
I don't
get a bunch of garbage human beings and win a World Series with trash people.
I don't even know who Shane Chafe is.
I don't know who that guy is.
Well, maybe the second topic is, Dexter, did you have to sanitize and clean out any stains in that room from Ryan O'Callaghan staying there?
I found a zipper.
A detached zipper?
Yeah. I just found that. I had to ask questions. Turns out it was
the whole zipper, or just
just the whole end piece, like the part,
the
and not just like
piece.
the clip, but like the piece that pushes the teeth together. Beep, 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 beep. That's a zipper.
sounded more like, what's that arcade game? Battlestar.
Oh, yeah. You breaking out the pistols again?
Yeah, finger gun. Oh, God. They work every time. Just gonna say.
I'm pretty sure that there was an infinite amount of farts in this room. Like, guaranteed. He said he went through 4 rolls of toilet paper while he was here. That's a roll a day. That is a roll a day, people.
Oh, poor OC.
It's just recycle. It's not filled with farts.
Oh, well, Dexter has pink eye instantly. You can look at his eyes.
Yeah, I know. Like, suddenly it's starting to affect me. Yeah, 100%. These are scissors, Cindy. This is a zipper. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, no. Why?
I thought we were gonna keep it to like 3 train tracks tonight. We are already at 9.
There you go.
No. Okay.
Off the rails.
Comments are going crazy.
All right. I'm sorry, Steve. Nope. The one thing I will not skimp on is the right toilet paper for my butthole.
Buckwheat pancakes on the menu.
Oh, no.
Oh.
We missed you, Kyle Wong. We missed you.
Yeah, we missed you. Yeah.
You just had that ready from last week?
Every week now. This is just going to be my background.
Excellent TP selection.
See?
Yeah. That's funny. That's actually really funny. And, Ryan drank all your beer, too, so.
He drank all of my... I don't drink at home at all. Like, at all. So, like, I bought beer last summer. Like, 14 months ago. And he drank it. He drank all of it. He drank the rest of the 5PU beers as well.
Oh,
You still
that
have
was,
those?
It's a
Yeah,
little
those-
old.
Yeah, yep.
I actually
There's a reason why he went through 4 rolls of
There
TP.
we go. There it is.
But
No, we found
but a
it.
beer's a beer to him.
I still have 6 flats of it, and
Holy
and
shit.
I drank 6 of them in the summer, so it worked out okay. Yeah. He's just like,
You told me you went through 4. I knew it was an exaggeration, but I don't care. I don't care.
there you go.
Okay, Scott. Settle down here.
Scott knows who you are, Tyler. He just being that way. Plot thickens. Okay, well, we don't know what thickens there, Cody. So let's just let's keep
I won
keep
fantasy
it that
football
way.
this week. That's new.
No way.
I sure did.
Who were
Pretty
you
sure Tracy
facing?
didn't. I think Tracy, but I don't think she looked at the roster. So I think that's the only reason I won. Because she
Did
had about
you-
4 people that weren't playing.
Did you tell her?
No.
Oh, wow.
Ruthless.
Wow.
I am competitive before anything else.
Jesus
You're just
Christ.
going to let that happen. You don't want to win respectfully. You just want to...
I am at 3 wins, Dexter. There's nothing respectful about my performance, okay?
So where are you sitting now? Where are you sitting?
I don't know.
Let-
Not
let-
last.
Like
No.
Suck
third
that,
last.
Katie.
Let's go to fantasy football. Standings.
Steve, just one, and his initials are MD.
It,
Not
Ka-
throwing.
Katie's back and last. It's a roller coaster. She keeps clawing her way out, and then she goes right back in.
Jeez.
Yeah, MD was a 5 shifter. It was tough out there, man. It was really
You know,
tough.
but yeah, it was well. The first shift, like I played 2 games with my normal balls, and then I switched to my light cyclones, and all of a sudden my strike zone was freaking massive, like absolutely huge. I shot 1850 for my last 6. There were definitely scores to be had. You definitely couldn't press, but I think if anybody who watched Sunday watched Sunday, holy shit was there scoring, like.
Yeah.
There was tons of points to be had. So like, yeah, it was definitely tougher, but it was after watching it Sunday, I'm not convinced it was 100% the lanes. You know, I wonder how much of it was like people pressing too, but because you can't right now, if you press, you're screwed for sure.
I think
If
the
you free
scoring
will,
was
you're good.
I think the scoring was indicative. I don't think the scoring was nearly what it was the last few years. But I think the
agree with
scoring
that.
was in. I think scoring's indicative to pace of play sometimes, and then it just honestly like when you're on a negative set too, it just doesn't never works out well. I find, right? So having thrown a 500,
I would think you look at the amount of players there was a lot of players that didn't score, so I can't say that like all those players were pressing. I think the pinfall
No.
was definitely different, but you're right, Dexter. The ones that found it, the ones that freewheeled or found a line, they scored really well on Sunday, and it showed. That's why they made the cut. But it was the ones that you think should shoot really well, like the Gregs, the Mitches, the Lens. Like Len made the cut, but I'm just saying like it was so weird. My first shift was rough. I found something the last 3 games of my second shift, and it's the only reason I made it. Because if I didn't find that weird line that I ended up playing Sunday, there was no way I was making the cut.
Yeah, and I think that's indicative of like the people that made the cut. It was definitely tougher for sure, but there's a shot that works, right? And you have to
Yeah.
you have to find it, and it's those people that keep trying things that don't let it get to them that are the ones that make the cut. That's experience, and that's
Let-
just confidence
let's-
too. But
let's be honest. Other than the top 2 bozos at the top, there's 200 points difference between second and third,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And there's nobody else over 2,300. So
Yeah.
the way I look at it is the scoring wasn't what it was, but it was still half decent. It wasn't like Sherwood before when we went over synthetic. Sherwood we had obviously the scoring was tougher then, but it wasn't what we were before.
Yeah.
But the scores are there, but no high end scores compared other than those two guys.
I would say
right?
it was very comparable to the autumn, right? Pinfall felt the same-ish to me. It was you had to find something if you were going to score. If you didn't find it, you couldn't grind it out. I know that. There was nobody grinding into the cut. Everybody had big scores. They had 300 or something like that. It seemed like.
I think there was a couple people that grinded into like the bottom 16. But yeah, the top 24 for sure were playing well.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean,
Correct.
so if we had a 32 cut would have been 2147. That's like ultimately I don't think that's that much different than it would have been 6 years ago, 5 years ago. You know, realistically,
Yeah.
2147
I-
isn't that much different.
Okay, and I'm gonna go on a limb and say this: the reason why the cuts are higher, pinfall's fair across the board in most places, but it's just the amount of volume of great players playing,
Oh, for sure.
right? And I will say that it doesn't matter where you play. Well, maybe there's some places, but I mean, majority of the places that you go play, the scoring, the pinfall is going to, or the mark's going to be there because these guys we're on a professional tour, and we talked about this weekend. There's a lot of business like it more than anything. You can tell by my liquor sales, there people are more business than ever, right? And
Yeah.
and that's great. So I just think the pinfall is always going to be there, whether you like it or not.
I will tell you this: it was definitely, it felt better than what it felt like in the prior weeks. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
if it was temperature change or what you guys did, but like, when you threw it in the pocket, you get burnt a few times, but you could almost guarantee it was going to be a strike, not splits or the weird hits we were getting earlier in the year. But
I made sure I went through and I oiled every single pulley that machine had, every single one of them, just to see if it would help. And I definitely saw less skipping this weekend. I still saw quite a bit of skipping, but I think there was less. I mean, like watching people like Katie hit the left side and still get some strikes. Watching Danielle hit the left side all day on Thursday and get strikes. So there was definitely less skipping, but it is still definitely, if you throw the ball really slow, it's still definitely detrimental, 100%. And
I don't know. Tweety found a way.
I was
the-
gonna say-
Oh,
gonna
why
say-
are we giving him any claim to fame here?
because
But
it
you're
has
not
to be
wrong.
addressed.
Absolutely. Yep.
He
100%.
made the cut at the slowest ball speed there is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know if ball speed is a problem.
Yeah, and that was my answer to people too. It's like, I'm watching Tweety throw strikes.
It's not
Sorry.
not a hard thrower's game. Sorry.
I want to. Brad Mullins threw a perfect game at Glencairn right now.
Oh, really?
Congratulations, Brad
and
Mullins. Yeah.
And he missed
Oh,
one
shit.
earlier this week too.
Yeah,
He
he
missed
just
one at-
almost threw one at Golden Mile. He threw a 10-bagger
Yeah.
for a gun.
Way to
Yeah.
go.
That's awesome.
There you go, buddy.
What's
This just in.
448 from some unknown person out east, and then we have a 450 out west. So who's better?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like, Brad's a great guy, so I have no problem with that. Shane, I don't know who that guy is yet, but if anybody knows who he is,
Maybe
he's
one day
awesome.
we'll know who he is.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe
Probably
one
not.
day.
One day.
No,
He might end up on the other podcast. We'll see.
But I mean, to that point, I mean, we'll touch on this a little bit later too. But like, yeah, I mean, pinfall must be fine when you have an 800 double thrown at you in the first fucking round.
I felt okay about that day.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
Didn't
For the record, I shot 700 for those two.
Yeah.
And lost. Both of them.
Let's maybe start at the beginning of the whole weekend.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So
Thank Jesus, there's at least some structure to this podcast.
Colton winning the main invitational, and
Yeah.
Katie Rayner winning the ladies invitational.
Yeah, that's
I
awesome.
thought it was good. Maybe let's talk about the ladies. The first one. I watched a little because obviously I had a little bit more time than I planned to watch. Katie and Akira played. I thought it was a great match coming down to the last few frames. Right.
It came down to the 10th frame.
Yeah.
From what I heard. So that's good.
I thought it was great.
Same with Maddie and Julie.
Maddie and Julie was a little slow at the last like 5 or 6 frames. I think maybe tiredness or nerves or something was going on, but then they both played like it was a good match. And then I thought it was like I love both of them. It was awesome to see Julie rip a 3-pin and then spare it in order to win. I thought it was so super clutch. Like she doesn't spare that 3-pin. I thought it wasn't awesome. She shot a 3-pin, but it was awesome. She spared the 3-pin. So it was
Palmer,
like
it's
I
not
like the
that they was really
definitions.
young, it's just that Katie was really old.
I like the definitions you gave there of the clutch thing. You think it was clutch that she spared the 3-pin, or do you think it wasn't really clutch to throw the 3-pin?
Well,
Right.
it wasn't clutch to throw the 3-pin, but it was clutch fixing up your
Yeah.
fuck up, right? Let's face
yeah.
it. Because you had to. She had to throw it in order to win, right? So I thought that
Yeah.
was good. And then the three. How dare you? The Serena and Emma Jean one. I think Emma kind of walked away with a little bit on that aspect. And then the Amy Harris one, right? It was Amy and
Brittany Lacusta.
then Brittany won that one. Show the dedication. The Harris family goes for the hockey game, and she stays in bowls, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she was there for that. Then of course the next I was bringing up here. The next match,
Was Julie versus Brittany?
Julie
Yeah.
versus Brittany.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Julie did pretty well. I think she shut her out pretty early on that one. And the Emma Jean and Katie one was Katie most of the way there, and then Katie beat Julie in the finals. And well, obviously that's Katie's second win.
First 2-time winner on the female side.
Yeah, that's awesome though. She played well, right? So she walked home with $2,000. I don't know what her backers are, but
Yeah, it's good. Clearly, the very most experienced lady there wins it.
almost double their age in some of them. If you think about it.
Such kind words to say about our champion.
It's awesome. She played really well. She played really well all weekend, honestly. It was great.
Yeah, definitely played with a lot of confidence in her last 2 matches. I didn't see her first one, but against Emma Jean and against Julie, like just watching Katie bowl, obviously, like she was attacking the shot, and like that's probably the first time that I've watched Katie bowl where she knew the mistakes that she made. I feel typically like when we watch Katie bowl and she's not at her best, she's kind of like a little lost or she doesn't quite know, but like when she threw a not great shot, she knew exactly how to fix it on the next one, which was really nice to see out of
That's
her.
awesome. Yeah. That's the Katie from like 2 years ago that was absolutely dominant of everybody, so it was awesome to see. It was really good.
Yeah.
And then we mentioned it earlier, but Colton won the $1,000 invitational. And then I don't remember whose first match was.
Well, he wasn't much of one. I think he only played 4 games, not 5.
Is Dexter.
And that is not even remotely true, Tim. You also lost. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, no, I did lose.
At least I lost to the winner.
At least I lost to the runner-up. But it worked out okay that way. Yeah, so let's talk about Colton's trip there a little bit. He faced Dexter. Actually, he beat 2 of us here. Yeah, that's a good one. So Dexter, your match was it wasn't very close. I don't think.
I think I was down like 40 going into the last game.
Okay.
Like that's not a lot, but yeah, I just ran into punches and I couldn't stop, and that's kind of how she goes.
Hey, Carrie.
Same. Pretty much this exact same thing. Punched, I think, 5-6 times the last game. So
Yeah. And then he beats Rylan, so he kind of goes up there. I will say I want to shout out Carrie for stepping in last minute to fill in that invitational spot.
yeah, you're welcome that I ended up winning because that would have been really rough.
Yes, thank you very much. Last minute dropouts, especially in this event, is definitely a very
Hard.
stressful situation for everyone. So we really do appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then the finals, Colton beats Matty Harms by 2.
Yeah. A little bit of a barn burner, though. Like, not 2 points in a 600 to 598. I think it was 470 to 468, something like that.
It wasn't huge.
To be honest with you, I find all invitationals are like that, except either really good or really, yeah, they're just there, right?
Yeah.
So.
I do want to give a little shout out to Cody. I know he finished runner up to our champion that's with us right now. But in the Invitational, when I played him in the first round, it went right to the end. Like, I think I locked him out in the 9th frame of the last game or something like that. But like, I knew Cody felt something. He was throwing bombs, and then he would make just a little mistake, and unfortunately he couldn't catch up to me. I built a little bit of a lead, but yeah, just then and there I was like, Cody might be making a run at making the cut and stuff like that. And obviously, Ty, you probably seen it through Next Gen and stuff like that. He's been playing really well. So just a shout out to Cody. That first match, he gave me a run for my money, and I didn't wake up against Colton. So it's,
His
on me.
strike zone is massive.
Yeah.
Like when
When
he
it's
gets in there,
going.
it's yeah, exactly. He's got tons of rotation. When he gets in there, it's great. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was really good too. That was really good.
Yeah, I was unaware of that. That's a great match. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Greg did very well on Thursday, for the most part. So, and to answer your question, I think up there, no, Greg only played 4 shifts. He didn't play Saturday morning, if I remember correctly. So,
Yeah.
maybe let's talk about the doubles, and then we'll go on to the main event. I think the qualifying. That's just instead of skipping back and forth. The doubles, I will say this is probably our first time we were pretty close to schedule ever. So
The whole weekend, really. It was actually really close.
yeah, so doubles went well for the most part. I think everybody
That was
there.
great. It was nice to have just that, like, little bit more room to breathe. Like, obviously we took a little bit of a hit with, like, payouts not having 4 teams per set, but just being able to, like, sit there and breathe a little bit more was so nice.
Yeah.
The
And then
pace of
just
play
the
was
speed
nice
of play.
too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what also keeps the speed of play up is the fact that, okay, so you only have 3 on the lane, so if somebody's going every 3 balls, you're even having that extra 4th person, you just seem to see people disappear for a little while to go grab a drink or go visit, and then they come back, and then you're waiting for them, and then like that really slows things down. With 3 on the lane, you really just can't do that. So it's
Totally.
a little quicker. It's nice.
So top 12 teams was Miller and Tim, Curtis Kaplan and Brad Tipcat, Dwayne Gilardi and Greg DeGrazia, Timmy Sharp, Sean Tompkins, Jen Baldwin and Jen Baker, Mark Johnson and myself, Alex Deck, Adam Kemp, Alyssa Campbell, Anthony Strait, Brian Askin, Josie Brooks, Ryan Edwards and Tyler McLean, and then Alan Hurst, Carter Stretch, and Jenna Lamoureux and Dexter. Carrie, what happened? You're letting down the podcast crew there, my friend.
It was Wolfson.
It was a joint effort the first 3 or 4 games, and then Robbie struggled game 5. But we came together in game 6, just not enough.
Yeah, it looks about 44 pins short.
Yeah, 356. So we shoot the perfect game. We're in. That's on us. That's on us.
Yeah, actually, you just shoot 400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not all of us can shoot big games.
Yeah. Yeah.
You guys weren't far away, that's for sure.
Yeah, the 356 was huge.
It's always pretty tight, I think, for the top 6 portion there, anyways.
Yeah, there's like 4 teams within like 5 points of each other.
Snap ladder here.
Oh yeah, we actually need to bring this up. We need to bring this up. Somebody owes me and Tyler a drink, I think.
So honestly, guys, I've got to say,
What do you mean?
We did
Because
really good on this.
because Tyler and I got the most correct.
Did I?
You didn't pick the
actually,
winner, dumb dumb.
Technically not. Okay, so we got to go through this. This is actually like I'm pretty impressed with us as a whole. I'm just gonna say. So let me bring this up for a second.
So who picked the winner of the doubles? Nobody on podcast.
No,
picked the winner.
but just look at this. Look at this. We already
Okay.
went through this.
All right, Invitational, nobody got it right. Ladies Invitational, nobody got it right. Main event, nobody was picking.
I didn't think we were allowed to pick somebody on the podcast.
No, we weren't. I'm just giving you a hard time. Dark Horse, nobody got it right. But the person to make the cut, Tim got Eric. But I wouldn't even say that. Yeah, well, that wasn't a Dark Horse. So yeah, no, that's a good pick. The cut line, guys. Like honestly, I'm impressed with us.
How did I win when Carrie Price is Right me?
I totally Price is Ready.
Yeah, I'm impressed with us. Like we were all within. I mean, Tim was the furthest away, and he was 10 away.
Yeah.
Pretty impressed. Pretty impressed. Tim gets the ladies cut.
Nice.
Bubble Boy.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to talk about this because like we have
right?
165 competitors, and the fact and Cello wasn't it. We have to consider Aaron as the Bubble Boy,
Oh.
Yeah.
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 right?
Technically, I guess.
Oh, so I win.
So, no, yeah. So, and
He
it's
was
hila-
the closest to Bubble Boy.
and like
but yeah,
I
you're
know I
right.
said it, and we're not trying to like talk poorly of people because none of that was meant to be poor in any sort of way. I mentioned Scott Clausen, and the reason why I mentioned Scott Clausen is because the guy doesn't bowl league, he doesn't bowl anything, and then he shows up at a tournament and he plays really well. Like you just know that he's gonna be there, but like it's always right around the cut line. He comes up to me and he goes, Did you like go through my stats over the last couple of years and realize that I've always been within like 30 points of this cut? And it's like, no, I didn't, but like I know you should make these cuts, you just don't play all the time. So he's like, well, you motivated me, and then he finished his shift and he struggled the last game and he was like 21 or maybe like 2080 something. Plays the next shift, comes down to the 10th frame. 10th frame did not go the way he hoped, and he shot 21-16. Missed the cut by 4. I'm pretty sure it was like 3-pin, 10 miss.
Oh.
So,
And then,
Aaron's, do you know what Aaron's was?
yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It was 5,
Oh, yeah.
5, miss the middle.
It was
Two
so rough to
tie.
watch.
Did it get
Um,
21?
He was on like a turkey, too. It was so hard.
I think Marcello went 3-pin and 10 for
He went
21-19.
strike 3-pin 10 on a strike
miss by
going in
1.
to miss by 1.
There's so many
2019.
mistakes in
But-
10 that could have been monster.
But
And then-
I'm sorry guys, the fact that we called 2 within 4 points is wild.
Well,
Like,
Tim
that-
lost that one because Josie made the cut.
Yeah. Literal stab in the dark. But like that one to me blew my mind. No one got the match or the doubles right.
Tim was the only one that picked a team that made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only picked it because Ty was on it.
Well, that's really kind of you.
And Mark played
And
really
high
well,
call
too.
qualifier. I mean, I was closest.
You were.
I was closest.
So who won? I'm trying to figure this one out.
I don't
I
know
think-
what happened there.
I didn't
This
win.
guy.
I know that.
This guy. Oh.
I'm impressed with us, guys. I'm impressed.
That was probably our best guessing game, because Autumn sucked. I'm not gonna lie, Autumn really sucked.
Yeah, I don't.
But
Yeah, we
So,
were not good.
Ryan Edwards and Tyler McLean won. By the way.
Yes. So I want
That's what we're
I
getting
want-
at.
I want to point out everyone who had the first seed lost. Had the one game bye, lost. Me and Miller did.
Oh, shit.
Timmy and Sean, the Gilardi and DeGrazia and Curtis and Brad. We all lost. So yeah, it was great. Yeah, but it was fun. I mean, Josie and Brian absolutely just steamrolled us. Shot like 390, and those things happen, and that's the way life moves on. But I will have to say that I thought Brian dumping Joel for Josie was a much better decision. So it worked out better in his favor. And good, and honestly, like, you look how much Tyler's made in the last few events. Like he won a 225 pot. He split that. Right, he did very well on Sunday. He won the doubles. Calgary, he did well. He won the Dawson event. Like the guy can
Tyler
play.
can,
right?
he can absolutely play.
It's such a simple shot.
And he doesn't. You never see him change emotionally at all. It just, whether it's a strike or a head pin or whatever, you never see that guy get rattled. He just kind of moves on and keeps going, and that's a superpower.
Mm-hmm.
I
Tim,
really want to share this comment. but
yeah, I just want to
feel
see
like
it.
the champion.
Yeah,
No,
Tim,
no.
Do we want to talk about this, Tim?
Sure. So what I will say, Cindy and I were supposed to play together, and she found out I had the opportunity to play with Miller, so she told me to play with Miller, and very much appreciative of the opportunity. And Hawk dragged her down. She played way much better. So, but it is what it is. Me and Miller had a good time. We shot like 1160 for 3 in the middle there with only like 3 no taps. So that was nice. But Cindy played with Hawka and she beat Jamin. So that's all that matters, I think. So
Yeah, that's a win.
so yeah. Hawka dragged her down. That's basically how it worked. Okay. All right, let's move on from that shenanigans.
Talk about qualifying, or just
Yeah.
want to jump to Sunday?
We'll
well,
talk about the qualifying.
Yeah.
We're not going to go through every shift though.
Yeah.
Let's
How
just
many
go over.
how many entries altogether, and how many individuals?
273 entries.
Oh, 273. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Awesome.
155? 155 for reentries. So that gives us like a 1.76 reentry rate, and I
That's
know
about
that means like nothing to anybody else, but like normally our reentry rate is like 1.6. You know,
So a little bit higher.
Yeah, and like that's with us adding 8 spots in the last 2 years to the cut line on Sunday, and that reentry rate has gone up, which is really interesting. We definitely had like 20 people drop out last minute, which
31.
is 31. 31 people. I mean, you
But
know, we always
that's-
expect some. It happens. It does happen.
I do want to
please,
say
for
Mark
the love
Miller
of
thanked
God,
us.
let us know.
I want to thank Mark Miller to thank us. He said you guys did a great job, but he had 274, so he was kind of rubbing into our face a little bit. So I love Mark. So
I played my second shift. You guys can't blame me. I played my second shift.
I
Yeah, you
played too.
did play a second shift, yeah.
yeah,
I feel like the 50th anniversary might have got them the extra entry, but that's just
no,
Well,
I think their event's very good, and I think that it's about time people were supporting
Look,
it. So.
if we had
If you
two
had a
more
48
lanes-
cut, you would have had 50. It's
If
270.
we
we
had
had
two
less.
more
We had
lanes.
less. We
Fair.
would've-
2 more lanes. All of a sudden, our Friday shifts that were both full could be expanded a little. You know?
Oh Jesus. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, guys. But
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good.
let's talk about 8-time retirement Adam Weber there, and his struggle down the lanes. It looks like he actually ripped a 3-pin in 11 to not get the 400 in game 5, but he comes back and shoots 400.
Yeah, 3-pin 10.
The best part was, if you look at the 8th game, he does not hit 225 and he loses the pot. And
Oh, yeah.
ironically, games 5 and 6, he came up to me after he both started with 6-baggers. He's like, 225, baby. And he promptly chokes in game 8, and nobody felt bad for him. I guess we can talk about Tyler. Tyler played absolutely phenomenal.
The second
Look at
time.
this. Yeah. So actually, this is something we
Both
can talk
times?
about.
The first time
Tyler
was
was-
amazing.
Tyler was 2 points ahead of me at 21:54. He was going to make the cut, but he didn't want to play the play-ins, right? So he decided this is where you have that opportunity to re-up and get further on, right? If you wanted to. Maybe, Tyler, do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I guess so. I mean, I don't think it really makes sense to anyone else what my brain was doing. Originally, I was not going to bowl a second shift because after my Friday morning shift and after Friday doubles, I had made zero money for the weekend. So I was like, well, going in like to Sunday, if I make the $400 qualifiers or $500 qualifying, like I'm up money, I might as well just play it and see what happens. But then watching Saturday morning, like watching Kerry bowl his last 3 games, like he really found something. And then that shift, like I think there was 4 or 5 people that all kind of clutched up in like 8, 9, 10 and passed my total. And I was like, a part of it was just like the energy and the excitement of like the bowling was getting better. And I felt like the pin action was a little bit nicer. Because, like, not that I didn't bowl bad, obviously. Like, I shot 2150, but I just felt like there was a couple of shots that, like, maybe could have gone, or I didn't, like, really execute my best on. So then watching, 8 people all clutch up or shoot 980 for their last 3 to make the cut, I was, like, pretty motivated. So I was like, well, I might as well play again. I've already made the cut. Worst comes to it, I'm, like, up $100 for the weekend, and obviously being a local tournament, I don't have to pay for a hotel, and like food's a little bit cheaper, so that was like an added factor in. And then it's a lot easier to bowl when you tell yourself, well, you've already made the cut, so might as well just throw the ball and then
Okay,
shoot
so-
1,040 for your first 3 or whatever it was.
So hear me out. I think you're one, and don't let this go to your head because I know it goes to your head. But no, just kidding. But you're one of the few out there that can go in there and say, "I already made the cut, but I want to re-up it." Right? There's all these different environments out there and different things going on. Most people are like, I'll take my chances, and this shows you just your mentality and your skill set, man. Like I think
appreciate that.
it's impressive to watch. Like I knew when you were retrying, I was like that fuck's gonna get higher. There's no doubt about it. And then he shoots close to 1,000. Shoots over 1,000, right? So then that's the way it is, right? So
Yeah. And I mean, before this weekend, according to Mitch, no one who has like not gotten the bye, or like the winner has never come from people who have had to play an extra round. So I was like, well, I want to win. But then someone decided to prove that wrong. So
yeah.
guess it
I
didn't matter.
kind of want to keep us updated since this is a live podcast. Brad Mullins has the front 9 of the very next game.
Holy
my God.
shit.
What is going on?
Is this on
Is
Facebook? Can we
anybody
stream
live
this?
streaming this? We could share this on podcast. If somebody picks up a phone and starts live streaming on Facebook, we can duplicate that. Sorry,
Holy
I don't mean to
shit.
interrupt this. This is big.
No.
But... that's so crazy.
No, they're-
317, 450, front 9.
Holy shit. They're not.
317? His first game?
317, yeah.
They're saying they won't do it because of bad juju.
Okay.
Obviously not. It worked the first time.
No,
wasn't live.
it wasn't live.
Oh.
They recorded it. Okay.
Okay, so here nor there.
Well,
leave
we
it at
just
that.
we just cursed them, so I'll take the blame on it. But holy,
No, you didn't say anything about back to backs. One of the last time it ever happened. So you're good. You're
so
good.
that's you. So that's you.
No, I never said anything. I never
You
said the
just
word.
did.
I never said the word. I said back to back. That's different. It's different.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's continue on this conversation. How did the tournament go?
We should shout this out as well. Akira did also shoot 1,000 for her front three, and that's the first time she's ever shot 1,000
Yeah,
in a
she
big
pulled
tournament.
Unreal.
She played
I just-
awesome.
I love watching her throw just because she's like petite and has a boatload of power. Like
So much.
Like it is awesome to watch just because you don't expect it, but that's proof that you don't have to be a big person to throw it hard.
How awesome is it to see just the family dynamic between everybody like that, between Len and Akira, and obviously Tracy being there. It's heartwarming, isn't it? And Ali 3 and 4, but
Yeah,
now,
she is a spitting image of you, 100%.
Let's talk about 3 and 4, and let's talk about Akira. Akira loses her match against Ryan, and Lenny, if I get this correct, Lenny goes up to her and says, "Tough luck, finish up your game, try to find something for next game." But positive note is, my horse is still in. Talking about Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't know if that went over well with Akira, but it was there. Carrie, do you have an update?
He missed
He's
left
just going
3-2.
up right now.
Left 3-2.
Oh, left 3-2. Okay.
Damn it, Tim.
No, I
Way to
wasn't
go,
me.
Tim.
Oh wow,
That's incredible bowling.
That is. I wonder if he struck out the game before, or what he did with that too, because that's 21 straight strikes up at least that we know of.
Yeah, and Crazy Brad doesn't look at score, but I mean, obviously he knows where he's at.
Well,
so.
you could do bowling math real quick if you just throw nothing but strikes.
He spared it, by the way.
Okay,
Good for him.
crazy.
Wild.
Good for him.
So that took over this podcast, so we don't really have anything else to discuss here. You guys just want to wrap this up? Or?
I do want to give a couple shouts out. Carrie, you shot almost 1,000. You're back 3.
993 yet?
So what was the difference that you found there?
I jumped right and listened to Ty a little bit, and it all clicked. No, I was yeah, there was a lot going on. I kept forcing myself to play from the left, and it wasn't working. So made the jump to the right and made sure I was following through and staying behind my shot, and all of a sudden the pin started falling. Who knew? Who knew? But that's my game. Like every tournament I go to, I always have to make, I wouldn't say a drastic change, but a big enough change that you always talk, like I talk to Mitch or I talk to Johnny or those guys, and they always play the same thing. They just change a bowling ball or they aim for an area, where I have to make like line changes and rotation changes in order to figure it out and score. It's so weird.
I think that's because of your speed, just because you throw it so hard that a ball change wouldn't make a difference.
Yeah. I was throwing the big heavy Manhattans there at the start because I went and practiced a few days prior to the event, and I think I shot 900 for 3 there. And I was like, oh, okay, well, this is going to work. And it didn't. And then, yeah.
Okay.
Just
so
weird.
Hear me out. I do have a question for you, though. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're one of the best people to make adjustments and figure it out on the lanes. But do you think if it's not just right or it's not there yet and you make that adjustment, it almost clears your head and you can just focus on it's something different to focus on, and if you start playing well, it's easy, right? I don't know. I think every time I see you make an adjustment, for the most part, right? And I just think that just changes your mindset, I think, completely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. I personally have a hard time where I do make the change, and if it doesn't work like within the next 2-3 frames, then I'll make another change. I think that may lie part of my problem is when I do make that change, I should stick with it for a little bit, not just 2 or 3 frames and then think that will never work. So it's just, yeah, I'm a head case out there. Everybody
But you know,
knows it.
but it shows you what kind of repertoire you have in your bag, so to speak, right? So many people out there would love to have that.
I I changed bowling balls after game 2 in my qualifying set, and I changed to a set of star lines, and I threw them for 1 frame, and then I put them away, and then grabbed my light cyclones, and then I stuck with those.
I did that at Masters.
It was literally
I took-
1 frame.
Just one ball. Nope.
You
that is
feel it.
not
You're like, that's not it.
That's not in it at all.
So let's maybe shout out the women. Obviously, we talked about Akira. We had 4 ladies make it. You guys obviously seen the post that or Desher brought up. I was right, 4 of them. So we had Josie in there as well. We had Jamie McCara, and then
Josie
had
and
Jenna.
Jenna.
Jenna. So
Jenna and Akira.
and Akira, yeah. So I think that was a great lineup there of ladies 4. So that's 1 in 10 there. So that works out well.
Yeah, I love bringing up comments when this is like this because it just covers Tim's face completely. It's so good. Like Cody, honestly, I'll go to a 4-figure grip half the time. Sometimes I'll just flip in between it. Like, oh, Tyler looks so confused.
What are you? How do you hold the ball with 4 fingers?
Ready? Boop. See ya.
Tuck the pinky.
Not the,
Yeah.
No,
Pinky
time out.
under.
That's not a 4-finger grip. That's a 3-finger and a thumb.
Oh Jesus, Tim.
How do you throw the ball like that?
You go whoop. Like,
What do you mean, Ty? Have man hands. Man hands work.
Maybe it's because I throw 5-inch, but how do you
I
throw
throw
the ball
5-inch.
like that? Okay, I don't have fun. How do you throw? That ball would be through the back wall.
so in reality, it's still 5 fingers because this pinky's tucked under, but the ball is resting against it. But it is like.
So what's
Oh,
the
no,
reason? What's
I
the
tuck
reason?
mine
for
on
it?
the side.
Like, I'll do this, and the ball will just rest into here.
You
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
have
but it's
ruined
just-
my night. This is what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night: is figure out how to throw this fucking ball.
You want to increase rotation? Hell, back up. Frickin' it's just.
Oh, I can't
It's just
intentionally
moving.
throw it back up. That's
Well,
okay.
yeah, you
Tyler.
don't choose a rotation, so you can't do that. You're right.
Tyler, you and I should sit down, maybe have some toast, pepperoni toast, so we can go over this. And
I might need to. I might need
or
to.
may-
I have had enough. I have had enough. He can stay on.
It works
but
for a hook too. For everybody asking, they're like, "Oh, it give you more of a backup?" Yeah, it does, but it works for hook as well.
Ha. To be continued. Anyways, sorry.
You never
Hard
tried,
story.
Ty?
I don't. I will. We will discuss this tomorrow in warm up.
All right, yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah, it's really not hard.
It's just
But
it's like just changing something. You're not gonna stick with that. You're not gonna throw 8 games like that. I don't think. I don't
No.
know if I could, but
No, totally, definitely not. I mean, it's something that actually like Tom had done with me for a little bit too, which is really weird because I don't know if any other coach would have done that. But like, yeah, just tuck it underneath and honestly, you just throw the ball exactly the same. You're just gonna get back up.
I am perplexed. Carry on.
anyways,
It's funny because I like okay, so and this well, I don't know if she could do it, but I was talking with Madison again the other day, and I was like, we need to figure out some adjustments for her because she is a pin bowler and she has that big backup. When she starts punching, there's less normal adjustments
Yeah.
that we could do because even if she moves her feet 3 boards to the left, her target's the same. It's still getting the same results. So there is. Like things like I was talking to her, like changing her grip, moving her fingers further in, like closer together or further outside to increase or decrease rotation.
Yeah.
It is an adjustment that can be made, and so for someone who's a pin bowler, that might be a better change than moving your feet because moving your feet might not make a difference at all.
it's probably
Interesting.
for people like thinking about moving their pinky. Probably moving your thumb in tighter is probably
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah.
easier.
I've done that. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I
We're
actually
gonna
remember
start a
Madison was-
pandemic of people dropping bowling balls.
Sorry, St. James.
So back to the cut. Maybe a shout out to the Latondra guys,
Yes.
the brothers.
Yeah,
they
Ashley
they
and
played
Sasha.
they played fantastic Friday morning, and it was definitely nice seeing both of them. They worked really hard at their games, and obviously it was nice seeing Richie Bilio as well in there. Richie had kind of a crazy story. He got a
Yeah.
major car accident 2 weeks ago, and he had a concussion and
He got
whiplash.
hit by a drunk driver, and his
my
vehicle
God.
is absolutely
Oh no.
totaled.
Oh.
Concussions and all that stuff, and he still came out and battled and played really, really well. It is awesome. That guy could play, man. Like people, that core group of people from Dawson work so hard on their game, and they can play. But I mean, Richie came in fourth at the Open for singles in BC last year, and he came in second the year before, lost to Jordan Schuss in the finals. That tells you how good this guy is. We just don't get to see him out west a lot. One of the nicest families. I mean, honestly, the Bolios and all the Tenders, they're both such nice families. But that bowling center is in great hands. Super nice dude, but man, can that guy play? It's awesome. He's averaging 270 up there.
It's pretty
Well, he was
crazy.
at least last year.
So we had 3 knockouts make the finals. We had 4 Dream Crushers. We had 4 next gen. 4 next gen.
5, 4.
4 next gen, and only 1 bomber. We even had two average pros, but 1 bomber. Unreal bombers.
Tim, how many roses?
I haven't counted.
Stop picking on Edmonton teams.
I think the roses had 1.
3
the Roses
Carnage,
3 Carnage, yeah.
2 GP,
1 Maniac.
1 Maniac. You also had 1 Misfit, and Jamie.
Jamie, yeah.
Yeah. You had
We had a lumberjack.
Is
2
Matt
lumberjack.
Leonard?
Chat,
Two?
2 lumberjack. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's all I got.
Yeah. Crazy.
Avalanche? 1, 2, 1
1
Dynamite,
Avalanche. Yeah.
1 Revenger.
1 Venom.
Yeah.
Matt Harms. Yeah. Yeah. So it was well represented. Well represented.
1 Kingpin. Sorry, did you say that?
Yeah. 1 Kingpin.
1 Kingpin.
1 Thunder. Yeah. We can't forget about the Caribou Thunder. 1 Marvel. Yeah. No, you're a has-been. You're a has-been. You're a has-been, Mill.
That's a throwback.
Yeah.
Who are they, guys? Oh, that was season 1. Wow.
That's kind of like the Memphis Posse in the CFL.
That was Memphis Mad Dogs, Dexter.
Oh, the Mad Dogs. You're right.
And
Who
it
were
was
the Posse?
Shreveport.
There was the
It was
Barracuda.
Vegas.
There was Vegas Posse.
Shreveport,
That's right.
Shreveport Pirates, Birmingham Barracudas. There you go. Oh, jeez. Get your stuff together here. All right.
So now that we talked about who made Sunday, we had a 3-way tie on Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how crazy was that? We just started talking about that. That was crazy.
Oh, sorry. Before we talk about that, so Mitch,
I already brought this up.
my internet
Yeah.
dropped out. Cool, sweet. Am I back?
You're back. So your audio's there. Yeah, first non-player to win the. First non-player, yeah. So, 5-player. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that this event and Regina, those are the 2 events that you could do that in. You know, having it in Club Tour is tough because that adds an extra 7 games, right? This one adds 3, and I mean, Tim, you lost your first round of the B-side, right?
No.
A second round?
Yeah.
Second round.
So-
right. So you saved some games in there. I mean, if you won every game in Club Tour, it was like 35 or 36 games,
So-
or something like that, right? So
You look at it, the final 3 were people that had play-ins.
yeah, and I wonder
Right,
if that
Derek
has
was-
something to do with like all of a sudden they're right into the adrenaline right away.
You had nothing to lose. Like, I mean, after you win your first one, it was all gravy after that, right? And you already had 3 games under your belt, and nothing against anybody else you're playing. You're already warmed up, right? And I think that makes a little bit difference. And then if you win your first match, then you're kind of off to the races,
Totally.
right? And I do think there is like some merit to it. I mean, obviously it's nice to have a bye and not have to worry about it. But for myself speaking, I knew I was at 21:52, and I knew that I did not want to play another 8 games regardless. And I just said I'm just going to chance to play, and I said I have to play, and if I'm confident in myself, you're gonna have to play somebody that's good there. So that's how I
So
kind of looked at it.
a lot of people, if they didn't know, there was a tie for for 39th, a three-way tie. So they had a one-game playoff in the morning. It was Gino Zebarth, Aaron Arndt, and Tyler McLean. Unfortunately, Aaron was unfortunately the low man on the totem pole, so the other two got into the play-in round. And this is what the play-in round looked like. Tyler McLean making the most of his tie,
Yep.
making out of the play-in round. Juno unfortunately didn't make it out of the play-in round after winning that, but
It's kind of crazy. There wasn't any huge blowouts, no huge close games. A lot of them were just kind of blowouts.
no blowouts. No blowouts.
All right, but first of all, it's an average pro, and and second of all, no. Henry called me on Monday. He wants me to trash you guys. That's fine, but I actually, we killed our second baseman carry basically, right? We basically, Scott played very well the first 2 games, and he was either strike or punch. He didn't have anything else in between, and then the last game he just didn't have it, and just kind of the way she goes, right? So, yeah, kind of the way she goes. Otherwise everything was right there. I remember looking over at Tyler McLean's and Tyler Van Dale match, and Tyler was up, so I know Tyler came back. McLean on that one. Dwayne he just was rolling against Jenna.
Yeah.
And I didn't really. I know Josie's was closer until the end, I believe.
It was a barn burner. It was one of those games that kind of back and forth. Tom was up by 15, and then, Robert was up by 15, and then Josie would be up by 15, and then it would go back to Robert by 7, and then back to Josie by 25, and it's just one of those back and forth ones.
Fair. So yeah, that was kind of the plans, and obviously, if you look at how the seeding works, it changed everything, right? So I mean, your top seed. So I ended up being the second highest seed coming out of that bracket, right? Out of that play-in, and Brett was first, and so on and so forth. And it totally dictates where you're going to be sitting in the 32s, right? So.
So after that, we'll take a look at the A side, how Tim made his way into the finals here. So we had, once again, we mentioned Tyler McLean a couple times. He came in out of the tie for 39, makes it through the play-ins, and defeats Adam Weber, who arguably was the hottest player at the moment, right? Shot 25.08. Came in and ran into Tyler 864 to 848. Good match.
A really good match. I know Adam was obviously frustrated not winning, and he's kind of one of the. You fall into that group of you walk down to kind of let some steam off, and you see other matches, people winning with the 740s and the 690s and the 680s, and he comes back and he's like, God, bowl anyone else and I'm in.
Yeah.
But that's the way match plays go.
That's the
Yep.
TPC in Regina for you.
Yup. Honestly, I feel like it was the same in Calgary for me too. Like I'm just everyone's frickin' whipping boy this year,
Well,
and there's
Dexter,
very little I could do about it.
when you used to be a former number one, I mean, come on, Dexter, you're like the greatest thing since sliced bread.
People are going to
Things
stand
happen.
up against.
Did this win get you into the top 10 yet, Tim?
It did actually.
Yay! You did it!
But I will say, you know what it is, Dexter? It's just sour grapes. Okay, it's about me. It's not about you.
It's fine.
Dexter,
Honestly,
Dexter, I've never. Dexter, let me listen. I haven't even talked about my win, and all you've done is.
Thank God, just
Oh.
Okay, we're going to have to get rid of the twins off this podcast.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, back to the story. I will say I am grateful because we had a little bit of a graphic error on 7 and 8 during the A side 32s, so we had to do a quick thing where we moved bowlers onto 5 and 6 and 9 and 10. So there was a little bit of of delay there, but it was good. Everything worked out. So I want to thank everybody on that aspect on that. But I was fortunate enough, or it sucked. I looked after I drew number 26. I knew I was playing Dex. So and usually I don't have much luck, but this time I did. So
Yeah, I mean, you played really well. You played really well. I was a little bit behind after the first game. I'll be honest, normally I can handle distractions pretty well. I was livid. I was really angry, and I was up there just hucking balls to get back there and trying to fix 7 and 8, and my score reflected that for sure. I shot a $190 or something that game. But once it was settled, I played much better, and you just outlasted me. You just played really good. I forced your hand the entire third game, and you kept answering. You played great.
mm-hmm. I told Mapson to finally throw a fucking strike so I can play first.
Yeah, so you could get up on the lane first.
Yeah.
That's what we were kind of saying. We're off to the side. Obviously, you guys had finished your third game due to the extended play. But where it's like, wow, Dexter's just really going up and throwing bombs in front of Tim, and Tim's having to match you. And it's like, I wonder if Tim's ever going to get up on the lane first ever again.
I was like, I looked at and Brett throws a strike. You could have fucking told me. And I was like, dude, I've been begging you to throw a strike. It worked out okay though.
So good.
It worked out okay.
This is no shake on Akira. She's going to be one of the best players out there. She's already playing with all the high players. But Ryan O'Callahan told me right before this match here, he's like, either I'm a villain or I'm a villain, he said. Pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to face her. That's no good. Yeah. And no one wants to face him because we like her.
Yeah.
Right? We like her.
But then he proceeded to almost shoot 900 at her. Well, he did shoot 900 at her. It's an incomplete game, so what a jerk. Akira, you deserve better. You played really well, obviously. That's Ryan came out hot against you. Can't wait to see her playing more cuts and eventually going to be beating everybody here shortly. So
once you get that first one.
Yeah.
So hot take. Akira is what? 14? 15?
16? Isn't she? 15.
No, 15.
No, because Ryan asked her. She's 15.
Okay, so she's 15.
I mean, I'm sure they will
Wow, Taylor,
Tell
you're
us
late
right
to
away.
the party. We already discussed all this. Get out of here.
The 1167 trip was phenomenal.
That's
Also, he
wild.
averaged 9.3 strikes a game.
That's a lot.
So if Akira is if Akira's 15, do you think Tracy comes back and plays Open or Masters or tries to with her?
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Make a team with her.
I think there's an opportunity. I think maybe I know Tracy. Maybe she might just do it. I don't know. I haven't talked to her about it, but I think that'd be very awesome. Yeah.
Didn't Tracy bowl a shift at the Diamond Ladies? She said she was
think
going
did,
to.
Yeah.
Lenny.
Already the better ad, Seth.
That's an incomplete game too, Lenny. That's higher than 726.
Do you know why I felt bad? He came in. He said, "So I'm gonna guess I'm on 3 and 4," and he was. Yes.
Shit. I've never met a guy who's got a lane so beat into his head. It's wild. 3 and 4 isn't even bad.
It is the worst set in the house.
No, 1,
No.
2. Dream Crusher's lane.
5 and 6.
Oh, 5 and 6 is money.
No, I hate it.
Oh man, I think I've had the most success out of any lanes on 5 and 6 for sure.
How did it work on Sunday morning against Tim, though?
I played okay. It's just someone played better.
Yeah. Derek Holmes 7-8. 7-8 has
7-8.
the highest
That's the
sets
best.
in the house.
You could shut up. Yeah, Derek, I freaking shot 370 on that lane. And guess what? I lost.
Holy cow, man! Just you sound like you're bitter.
Sounds so good.
Henry, we'll trade you. We'll play 3 and 4. You guys can play 1, 2.
Yeah.
Well, we set up. We ran a line for 1 and 2 today, so
Oh,
that'll be good. We might run one for 3 and 4 as well. We'll see.
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
Carrie, I fully just tried to scroll that PDF down on my own computer.
Did you? What'd you want to look
Dear
at?
Lord.
Because I did the same thing. I did the same thing.
Oh, good.
Okay, so I do want to give Jamie McCara a shout out because Tim
Yes.
just brought this up earlier. The 3-pin spare is clutch, and she did it against me. So congratulations, Jamie. No, she played unreal. I banged out to beat her by 1. If she opened 10, she ripped the 3-pin. I was like, is this really gonna happen? Am I gonna get away with like some of the worst bowling I've done in big moments? And then she clutched up and spared her 3-pin. And kind of laughed at me, so good for her.
As she should have. Yeah.
Yeah,
as
she should have, yeah.
But I mean, she started off super well on her shift, right? So
Yeah.
for somebody who just started competitively bowling, like taking it more serious, she says, hell of a last year so far, right? And so it's a great thing, though. So
Okay, this is because they all sat down behind me and they're like, we like you, Carrie, but obviously they're cheering for Jamie. And I was like, okay, nobody say anything then. Don't say a single word. Then you don't have to worry about. They proceeded to cheer for both of us, so that's all right.
there you go.
Well, Tim, after your match against Dexter, we should move forward a little bit. You played Lenny, not on
Yeah.
3 and 4.
15, 16. I
Was
actually
it the
only
fastest match of your life?
It was tough. No, I played Lenny before. I've played Dex before, so you kind of get used to the pace. You kind of have to make your own pace, right? So yeah, I was up. I think Lenny was up by 1 after the first game, and then I was up by like a 50 points, I think, maybe after the second game, and then I just outplayed him the last game. Just ran him out of frames. That's all it was. But it was good. But I only played on 5 and 6 in the finals. Otherwise, it was 15, 16, 3 and 4, and 9 and 10. That's the only match.
There's like always one seed that ends up getting like that kind of crappy lane draw where you're like really only on a couple sets.
And I feel comfortable in all those sets except for 3 and 4. It was actually the same rotation I was on last year. It seemed like it just happened to be that way.
So you're saying it was rigged?
Yeah, Blair rigged it for me. Yeah, and then obviously I played Justin Langrock, and I think the first game we played was 366, 330,
Yeah, it was
and
big.
then it was a big game, and then I took a little bit more points off him, and then I outlasted him going into that. But I was looking at the other one, and obviously I played on 3 and 4 again. It kind of gave me flashbacks of me playing Rob Wolfson on the same set from in the 4s last year in the same portion. It was back and forth the whole time. I punched 10, and then Jordan actually punched 10 as well. So it was he had the last ball. So I kind of just got lucky there. Well, I mean, I got fortunate, right? So and then I played Johnny in the A finals.
Yeah, I mean, you still shot 832. I wouldn't call that lucky, but
No, you have the like it was the one
Yeah.
of the 2 times I had a chance to finish it and I just didn't.
yeah.
And because that you know, but you get lucky when you have a chance and you mess up and you get somebody else messes up. But Jordan played well. I mean, honestly, like if you look up the one side, Jordan played very well. And you're dealing with the average pros, so yes, they cheered on both people for the most part, and it was really good and well done. So
Yeah, the average pros travel like the Winnipeg people used to.
yeah,
Yeah.
or like
Or if you're in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan
Yeah.
Rough Rider fans, yeah, they're just the same thing. Like they're like herpes, they just never go away.
Whoa.
Okay.
So your
And
next match.
we're gonna offend everyone here today.
So I next match I played Johnstone, um, and it was it felt like round 9 of the heavyweight tilt, just because we're just tired. We played all the games out there, and we ended up just. It wasn't a fabulous match, but I again outlasted him on that. Johnny actually beat me on the B side, and so it was kind of. I played Justin and Johnny twice, so it worked out
Okay.
well. Yeah.
Well, let's jump to the other side here. As I bring it up on the screen. Oh, not that one. This one.
My eyeballs are so tired of looking at teeny tiny things.
No comment.
Just silence. Look at us being mature.
I set one up and you guys all
know.
backed away.
We
Pansies.
So
Tim,
so of
where
course
are you?
the B-
Oh, there.
yeah, of course the B side was a little bit different for everybody, right? It's best 2 out of 3. So everybody kind of understood it this year, so it worked out fine this way. And honestly, us not randomizing it, I mean, regardless of the selection or whatever was going on, it was kind of nice. Made it a little bit easier for everybody to go through.
So is it too late to call shenanigans? So you get the redraw? Or,
No, I'm good. Honestly, I was okay. Johnny played very well against me. We both did. And I had a chance to beat him in the first game, and I went double miss. And then I had a chance to beat him in the third game, and I went miss in 10. But for anybody out there, Johnny's, when I grew up, he was kind of my hero. So watching him play and do all that other stuff. So and I know how much he's battled to come back and work hard at his game and mentally go through everything. So if I lost to anybody, it was okay. It was Mark. So. There's no issues with that, but
Obviously, on the B side, we have to highlight Cody making it up to match you in the finals there. A kid who, obviously, on like my next gen team, I've watched him bowl a lot. And nothing against Cody, but I think in the past he's really struggled with those high pressure moments, just wanting it a little too much. But as you can see there, out of his 6 matches, he dropped 1 game.
Yeah, the very first one against Ryan.
So obviously very comfortable and just showed so much maturity
absolutely.
that day.
Cody played phenomenal throughout the whole weekend, as Carrie kind of attested, I thought.
Yeah.
The one thing I like, obviously I had a chance to be with him in the pit at Nationals. Sometimes Cody's adrenaline is running, right? And I think that dictates some of his play because he wants it so bad and he wants to throw that strike. And yeah, he did that this weekend, but he did it controlled and it was very well done.
Yeah.
Definitely experience is kind of kicking in now, right? So
I always wondered if like let's say you lose your A side match right away and then you're playing on the B side, and the B side is the best 2 of 3, race to 2 wins. I always wondered like how sharp people are going to be if they're not playing the A's. They win 2 games, they wait a while, they have to go back in. There's you have a break all the time, and how sharp you're going to be coming out of that. So kudos to Cody, because I don't know how great I would have been doing that, and he just seemed to be locked in despite having those breaks all the time, right? So that to me is pretty impressive.
I never thought about that, Dex. That's totally fair. Yeah.
I was kind of looking at that. Like, Derek Holm kind of through the same path. Lost 1, then had a break. Lost 1, had a break. Ty kind of did the same thing. I know Ty was only playing on the one side because me and him lost out the first round. But you had 3 games, then you had a break. And then obviously you came up against Cody. Yeah, that's interesting.
Cody just went gangbusters on Tyler. I remember looking over.
He did,
I was like,
yeah.
What's going on?
He bowled so good.
You don't see that often, right? So it was
No.
well done.
And that was actually, so that was the match that we switched from playing A's and B's separately directly into like playing at the same time.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know Cody had just come off, I can't remember if he struck out in 10 to beat Sly or he did something in 10 to beat Sly, I think. And so he really just carried that great momentum and was so sharp. I think he made like 3 mistakes in their 2 games. Like he missed the middle twice and punched once. Like he was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, struck out against Sly, and then you could tell he just like kind of kept that energy going.
There you go. Banged out against Sly, right?
All right.
And obviously we
finals.
had to, there's some good ones there. I mean, obviously, I know Dexter talked about it, but Matt Leonard shot 400 against him the first game there, and I think Dexter shot 370 as well the same game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I
back
mean,
to back, I shot 330 against you, and you shot 390 something, and then I shot 370, and then he shot 415. I shot 700 and lost to 800 for 2. It was really good.
Matt Leonard played
Really
well
good.
this weekend as well.
He played very well. He played really, really well.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So with Tim being the higher seed going into the finals, it followed the A-side format, which was a 3-game total, as you can see, and kept it close.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot of difference in between games, to be honest with you. I thought it was kind of funny that I'm the 26th seed and I'm the high seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I mean, how often does that happen, right? So I was probably more comfortable, to be honest with you, throwing the 3-game match than I was at that moment playing the 2-game best of 2 or 3, because Cody can get hot. And I will say that format in the past has maybe a different mindset to me, because I lost 2 master singles that way, best 2 or 3. Right, so I think it kind of gave me a different mindset, and I also knew that I grinded out the last few games. I just had to keep it close, right, and with no mistakes. So I minimized that for the most part. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
Obviously, there was lots of matches. We aren't privy to all the ones that were going on. We know there was lots of big ones, some barn burners too. If you want to catch some of the matches, you can check it out on the WCBT Facebook page or the Facebook page or the YouTube page. They had 4 lanes of action going on all the time, so tune in there and hopefully you see your favorite players. I know Mark Johnstone was pretty happy because he ended up being on like the live stream lanes a lot. So
it worked out at home when he has Mason and Jen cheering him on, right? So
yeah, he was pretty happy about that.
yeah, it was good that way. So
So obviously Tim, the champion.
yeah,
Everybody gets it. It was shared all over Facebook. Congratulations, buddy. Well deserved.
Very well
yeah,
done.
thanks. I guess it was. I said to Carrie, I kind of felt like I belong. You know, you lose that momentum sometimes, and I think it's just so tough in it. Like in our area, it's just tough, right? So, I mean,
Well, and,
Yeah.
and you know what? And again, yes, you're right. It is tough, and like that speaks to what you were saying earlier about you were the highest seed at 26. If you make the cut in these things, there is no faking your way into a cut. There just isn't anymore. If you made the cut, you have a shot. You have a shot, right? So it doesn't
yeah.
matter where you finished.
Gino told me this years ago, Tim. Anybody can
Yeah.
win 1. It's when you win 2, that's
Yeah.
when you know you made it. Well, now it
Yeah.
is anybody can win 2. When you win 3, you know you made it.
yeah. Isn't that the truth, right? 2 on a Sunday. I think the first 2 things I yelled was I won on a Sunday, and I said, "How about them Dream Crushers?" I think those are the 2 things I said, and then I took off my shirt because Bill asked me to. But it was pretty cool. I mean, obviously, like the whole coaching thing. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Did Tim
Tim's
buy
trying.
St. James? Because if Tim
Sorry?
didn't buy St. James, he's probably not the favorite.
No, probably
No.
not. That's probably
I-
one of the Divinis or
The-
Mr. Cook.
Trevor Cook, yeah.
Mike's gonna come out of retirement.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good though. It's super excited about it. Obviously, more excited about the Gallagher Cup team. I'm back on the team, boys. And I think I should be good for the tour finals. I think I should be good.
If
'Cause
you
last
Was
if you
designed
win
that way.
a tournament, you're in.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, last year the cut was 265, 165. So
That's right.
something like
5
that.
less
Yeah,
than
that's
winning a tournament. So
yeah. But yeah, I have to thank Cindy. Obviously, means a lot. Having her there. Obviously, she was more stressed than I was. The whole time. I think she was doing shots. Apparently, my bill was a little bit more than I thought it was going to be because she needed to do shots.
Can we talk about how much you won?
I won
Tim won $6,900 on Sunday.
Yeah, it was good that way.
plus
Yeah.
plus the 600 for the
Plus
cut,
the
right?
600, yeah.
750. I won
$7,500.
7,500. Yeah, it was good. It was good money. I'm
But we're just
definitely
gonna
not-
say 6,900.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time. But yeah, no, I do want to say one other thing was I kind of thought it was meant to be. Gil said something to me like when I was playing Johnny. I don't know what match it was, but I got a weird kickback, and then he said Grandpa was there in the back, and instantly I thought, well, maybe it was meant to be because obviously Grandpa had everything going on, so that's why I took the family photo.
Grandpa's
Yeah,
a
but
dick.
Tim, your grandpa helped me too because I got a few kickbacks on Sunday. So
Grandpa's a dickhead.
Yeah, well, Grandpa obviously loves me more than you, so it's just the way things go.
no, that's a good touch. I like that. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
So that's kind of what it was, but.
We
Anyways,
wouldn't do
yeah.
it justice without showing the points.
The points.
So Mark Miller had another good turnout.
Yeah.
Ty,
playing so
another
well.
good turnout. Tim finally realized who he was as a bowler again.
Yeah, tell me, let's pull this up here right now. Where's that little asshole? I'm gonna pull up this one. First comment of the show.
Like it.
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
Cody obviously with a great showing. Bradley with another strong showing. Johnny with a great showing to move him up. Sylvain, number 9. He's been 9th twice in a row now. He's just a 9th place player. We accidentally uploaded this to Facebook, and I had apparently missed the 5 in it, so he was a little upset. So we got that updated for him. 130 points. Derek Holm, Ryan O'Callahan, another solid one. Schultz, unfortunately, Schultz was unable to play. He's playing in the World Championships of Candlepin Bowling right now. So
They're
Which is pretty
watching
dope.
this podcast as we speak.
I
Yeah.
opened up my
luck to
TikTok
him.
yesterday. First thing in the morning, I woke up, trying to wake up, opened up my TikTok, and it happened to be Candlepin Bowling because I've watched it a little bit on there. And there's Schultz. Like
No way.
literally, the first thing I opened up at 7:30 in the morning.
that's all.
That
That's
that
so
must be a
cool.
nightmare. It must be a nightmare.
nightmare
He,
fuel.
he missed the middle twice in a row, and then I stopped watching.
Oh,
Fair.
he
But
just
apparently
missed
he's
this.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just missed the singles cut by 8 pins, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's playing really well from what I heard. He messaged me and said that he had a 366 triple today.
That's huge. 122.
That's
Big.
big.
Yeah, it's actually there's they have it on League Secretary, so you can go follow along.
Cool.
Yeah, him and Bobby there, Freddie's there, the McLaughlin's are there, right? So there's some bowlers there. I think Calvin Locke used to be played 5-pin as well, and he shot 200 something yesterday. So yeah.
Carrie, who's running out the top 12 there?
Oh, that was just me, but don't worry about that. Those scores don't matter yet. I would say like the top 3 are locks. Obviously, still want to put some more points in, but the rest of the guys got solid finishes in there. Like Johnny, Bradley, and Cody, they just need a good finish now. They don't need another top 4 or anything like that. Derek Holm probably needs a top 10, I would say.
Yeah.
So those are good ones. Yeah, sorry, Cody. You need a little bit more. You need to make another cut, bud. Cut and probably a couple wins, but very well done. Ty still number 1 in the 5-pin universe rankings.
Brad caught me too. Now number 3.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dex has so many good finishes at the TPC that when you kind of have a lower one, you lose more points than you gain. So,
Yeah.
but
That's how she goes.
yeah, that's the way it is.
I was like trying to explain it with my friends at work because my people at work
Appreciation scale.
don't know how bowling works at all. And I was like, look at, like, I made it, number 1. And they're like, wow, like 200 points, that's so many. And I was like, okay, but it's like not actually, because like I'm pretty sure my win from Regina's still in there. And I'm like, once that one's gone, might back off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like all my really good years was 2017, so those are starting to leave. I got bowl get again. Yeah, Mitch Hoope.
That's awesome.
At the Pan Am. Nick Pate just won a tournament here this last weekend. I'm not
We
sure
should
which
get them
one.
back on the show soon.
That might be
Probably-
too big for us now.
Yeah, Nick Pate's probably too big for us now, but we'll throw
I
it out
don't
there.
know. I feel like Nick enjoyed his time with us. I think they'd come back on.
Well,
I
he
think
did
they
shots with us, so
will. He did. He did.
we got to see if they're coming back up to Calgary
Yeah.
now that the border's open and COVID's no longer a thing.
Yeah.
Or
We'll make our
border
trip down and
restrictions.
go and see him.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Tim moved into the top 10 of the 5-pin universe rankings. That's been a while.
Yeah.
Who moved out of the top 10?
Who moved out?
There's a big name that moved out.
Oh, just a second here. Oh, I
Avid listener.
Also, I fixed my wheels, so they're back in business.
Oh.
I don't want anything to do with your stupid damn wheel anymore.
Okay.
Rankings isn't up.
Pouty boy.
Let's, uh,
Sad about your
Why did you
pepperoni
s-
toast.
Why did you say it like that?
It's gonna bug you, Carrie, isn't it?
let's do yours.
Okay,
Who was it? Who was it, Tim? Sorry.
Mr. Adam Weber.
Oh, well, he didn't play the Autumn Open.
He didn't play anything past TPC last year either.
No,
Yeah. Does that make sense?
he'll come up with a retirement because of it soon. So
Can you all see that? Oops. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Yeah, so this wheel is now called the Wheel of Idiocy because I feel like that is the only appropriate title. What Olympic sport could you not come last in if you started training today? So for anyone who's
God.
not aware, the Summer Olympics in 2024, hosted in Paris. I don't know if there's any new major sports. Obviously, like flag football was added to the LA Games.
Oh, I have a team carrying me in that, so I probably wouldn't finish last in that.
It's got to be an individual sport. Sorry.
chess or bridge.
Oh, you Tim,
Neither of
you
those are in the Olympics.
And
Yes, they
Tim,
are.
You would
Chess is
absolutely
Olympic.
Not
do
the,
chess.
not the World Olympics, dum-dum.
The chess is in there.
It is not. Would you like to know the sports that you can pick from?
Well,
Archery,
yes, of course.
athletics, badminton, basketball 3-on-3, boxing, canoe slalom, canoe sprint, road cycling,
I agree.
track cycling,
Horse jumping.
mountain biking, BMX freestyle, BMX racing, equestrian, fencing, football, golf, artistic gymnastics, rhythmic gymnastics, trampoline, handball, hockey, judo, the modern pentathlon, rowing, rugby, sailing, shooting, table tennis, taekwondo, regular tennis, triathlon, volleyball, beach volleyball, diving, marathon swimming, artistic swimming, regular swimming, water polo, weightlifting, wrestling, and the 4 new sports, breakdancing, sport climbing, skateboarding, and surfing.
Javelin.
Oh, karate for Dex. 100%. Holy cow, that was good. Actually, hockey was funny once. Do you know what I'm thinking? When I saw horse jumping or whatever it is, I'm thinking about that thing where they take the kids horse thing with a stick and they go around and they hop over. And that would be Lenny in a heartbeat. I can just see it. It'd be like the Festivus of horse jumping.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah, he believes in that shit. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
I feel like I could maybe get away with archery.
Yeah, I was gonna say shooting.
Fair.
Have you ever shot before though?
I mean, I could figure it out. I played a lot of
These ones have been doing it for like
shooters.
18 years of their life, but
It's fine.
I would think you would already have to have a natural ability in the sport and train in it to be.
Well, it's true because
Not
we do
last,
get
right?
training. So you get a year and a half. You get 18 months essentially.
Oh yeah, no problem.
I changed my mind. I'm going with badminton because I played that in high school and I wasn't
I think
absolute
a
shit.
natural ability in a certain sport, and you get a year and a half training
Okay.
to not finish last. Maybe.
Table tennis. I'm
You
just
know what?
kidding. Those people are wild.
No. But I mean, hear me out. I could be wrong. You know, Tim Hooper's great at this. But is there certain sports like when you're hosting the Olympics that you can actually just your team, your country automatically participates in?
Yes.
For example, when they're in China, they had the Chinese hockey thing.
Yes.
So I would have to look at what people are bad in France, and then I would say that I have the chance at that.
Interesting strategy.
Because if the Chinese hockey team is a bag of shit, because they're just in there, I think I can.
This whole podcast just got banned in China.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
Well,
your social score just dropped.
Shot put. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There we go. See, look. So let's put maybe that's what we can say. What team are we going to put
team
together?
sports.
5 Universe team together.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, Bob. Oh no, that's not. That's
Bobsledding?
Wind
Oh,
runner,
well, cool
bobsledding.
running, Barbie.
but that's.
We could
that's
do that
not
for
it.
sure.
I think we exceed the weight limit.
Oh, we'd be the fastest.
No, there's no
We
way.
did-
We have you tied.
We couldn't get in the bobsled, Tim. We would never
Dude,
get in it.
Have you seen these guys? They're
Oh
ripped.
no!
They're ripped.
All you gotta do is just lube up the outside with some petroleum jelly, and you'll slide straight in.
Then okay, so if we're picking bobsled, what order is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who's steering this thing?
Not
I
Tim.
want the back so I
Tim
can just
Cat's
hop
too.
out.
Tim Cat's too.
I would do. We definitely do.
Synchrotron. Yeah, that's about right.
Hey, you know, Lenny wouldn't have to wear a skull cap. That's a bonus.
Skinny kid drives. Well, Ty.
I don't think I like that.
You can tuck right up in that front nose. Nobody would even know you're there.
I'm the one that has to watch.
I think I want to be the last guy to get in because I don't want to have
You just fall out the back.
I just don't want somebody's balls to be pressed against my back. Like I'm perfectly okay. I don't want nothing to be happening there. There we go. Including sled.
Including this one.
We gotta make
We're
the
over.
world's lightest sled.
No, but kilograms is 2.2, right? Pounds. So realistically, I think that's not unreasonable. How heavy is a bobsled?
Hey
Say
Google,
at
how
least,
heavy
like,
is a bobsled?
230.
It's 348
Google that
pounds. 348 pounds.
So what's that in kilos? Times 2.2
So 348, 2.2.
divided by 2.2, right? 158.
100. Oh, we're
So
actually
it's-
all right.
It's under 250. 250 each. Yeah, there we go. And especially with Tyler being a stick he is. Oh,
I'm only 135, so
There we go. So 1,002, 1,002. Yeah, 135. We're good, guys.
I love this
That's,
comment because that's my job in rowing. Would 100% just be the coxswain. But rowing is so fucking hard. Yes, Tim,
Coxswain?
yes. Coxswain.
Oh, come on, Tim. Jesus.
Learn the
Oh,
sport.
Carrie, your face lit up too when he said it.
100%.
You shut your mouth. Like lit up.
Oh, okay. Too funny.
But rowing is so freaking hard. There's not a chance in hell the four of us are moving that boat.
Oh, 4-man sleds are closer to 500 pounds. Ugh. So we're getting closer.
Well, that's okay. I can diet. I'm on it.
yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Are we doing one more or are we going to end this thing?
Yeah.
This is like one of the longest podcasts we had in a while.
It has been in a while. I've got 6 more topics that you could pick from.
Let's do one more. And we'll end Tim's podcast.
I really just hope is lasagna a cake?
Yeah, just no. Spin it again. Spin it again.
What's your biggest irrational fear? Mine's fucking...
I really hate bees, wasps.
Me too.
Those
They're
things-
awful.
Those like everything else doesn't really bother me. I do not like bees and wasps.
Fair.
What's yours, Tyler?
Mine would be bees and wasps, but it's not an irrational fear. That is like a deep-seated phobia. I was that kid in swimming lessons who 100% thought there was a shark in the swimming pool. And like it still kind of gets me a little bit.
But you can't go in swimming pools?
I just don't love deep water, especially if I can't see the bottom.
Like someone who's gonna nibble on your foot?
Yeah, 100%.
That might be Tim. I've
Pogo
heard sense of
pogo.
that.
Tim, irrational fear?
Oh, I don't. Fear
My
anything.
irrational fear is Tim sucking on someone's toes.
That could be mine.
It is now.
No, okay. Time out. Is it a fear or is it a dream? There's a difference, guys. Okay.
Fear.
It's a fear. 100% fear.
Sharks in my bathtub. I get a tie.
Yeah.
Or like
Oh,
snakes out of the toilet. Ugh.
No, I really don't like. Other than
Spiders
I
under the door handle?
clowns.
This is
Losing to an
Tim's.
average pro. No, I can tell you that right now. Losing to a bomber. Losing to a bomber.
You
No.
spelled losing.
We already done that.
Yeah, we already done that. I don't think it really like other than normal. Like I just don't like drowning and flying for the
irrational.
most part. I don't know. I don't really have
Drowning
Heights,
and what
like-
was the other one?
heights or flying sometimes. Like that's.
Oh yeah, he's not a good flyer. He's
I'm
not
better
good.
than better than after, but fuck that one time I was.
It has to be
Oh, you were bad
irrational.
before that, but
These are not irrational things. I think Tim's would be, he is like talking in a room full of people and they all just start yawning in succession. Because we all know that Tim can't watch someone yawn and get through it.
there's
Yes.
science behind that though. That's a real thing.
The whole,
You mentioned it.
It's the worst thing in the world. Oh my god. And then
Your
you
body
guys,
instantly believes that your body goes like, "Oh fuck, I need oxygen."
Yeah,
And you know what?
Stealing
They-
all the oxygen in
they,
the room. Clear.
there was 8 fuckers that sat around the table and they were yawning on purpose the whole time.
Stop it.
I think my irrational fear is having to be back on this podcast next week.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, we don't have to be.
Yeah, we don't.
Is it ladies?
It's the ladies.
Carrie, what's yours?
I don't think I have an irrational fear. I don't have any like the normals, like even drowning, heights.
He lives in the country.
Close
He's not afraid of
spaces.
anything.
I'm actually like, if anything, it's going to Australia and sticking my hand in a door like a car handle, and there being a spider.
Oh
That's
yeah,
probably it.
like honestly, big spiders. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we don't experience big spiders here, not like that. But I think going down there for sure. I'm also not. I'm not great with snakes. Well, I don't think I'm great with snakes. I haven't
Snakes
been
in a
around with
toilet.
snakes.
I'm telling you.
Like yeah.
Jesus. I think it's cool. Have you ever seen those videos in Australia when they burn the spider webs in the forest in the park? I love watching that.
Okay. Isn't she scared of freaking earthworms?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
She
so
loves
And blue
bugs.
food.
Loves bugs, but not an earthworm. That one's gonna get ya.
She's gonna call us out for being pansies.
I don't know. I don't listen to her bullshit. I really don't. It's just
You
it's just kind of the way
tune
she.
her out.
Well, if
Well,
you
I
want
mean,
to hear, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. Say it.
Oh, I was going to end
you
the
go
podcast and say,
Oh. Yeah, I don't.
if you
Oh.
want to hear more of Katie's bullshit, tune in next week.
That's right,
Next week.
100%.
Ladies podcast. They probably already got it all planned out.
It's not irrational, it's impossible. There's a difference between
Poor
those
lad.
words, sir.
Freaking Lenny.
All right. Well, we will wrap this up. Tim, congrats once again
Yeah,
Thank you.
on your second title. Now we'll never hear the end of it, but well
I'm
done.
hoping to not to hear the end of it. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
As Ty said, ladies podcast next week and 5 PL this weekend. So tune in Sunday morning and
Cheer on
we'll
next
see y'all
gen.
later.
Yeah.
Oh God, next gen. All right.
Thanks,
See you guys
everybody.
later.